Albums is my big seller. I love giving albums. They are an emotional heirloom that you can have for the rest of your life. It's a totally different experience to have them and feel them and hold them. I will tell you, those were some happy clients.
Here we are with the amazing Leah Clancy, who crushes it in in-person sales. So tell us about your business, where you're at, and how you set everything up.
Well, I'm a senior photographer. I live in Vancouver, Washington. I serve kind of the whole entire Portland, Oregon, Vancouver area. I've been a senior photographer for a long, long time. I've been a photographer for almost 20 years, which makes me really old. I photograph around 60, 65 seniors a year. I do all in-person sales. I started doing in-person sales from the very minute that I started photography. I got a studio and I started selling products to people because I love making products.
Yeah.
I want products for me. I want products of my children. So I started making stuff for myself and I was like, well, everyone's gonna want this. And so I've never not made products, and I primarily sell albums and wood canvases and image boxes with prints inside. Albums is my big seller. I love giving albums. They are an emotional heirloom that you can have for the rest of your life. Just recently in the fires in California.
Yeah.
What were the firemen going in and getting in people's houses?
Photos, albums.
And albums.
Yep.
Yeah. So they are priceless. They're a service to our clients. That's what I always tell my students when I'm teaching people to sell products. I think a lot of hesitation about selling products is because they feel like that's salesy and they don't want to sell or make people buy things. And I'm like, selling is service. Like, you are doing them a service. It's a beautiful service that they're going to love and want. And yeah, so I'm really passionate about products. I love making them, and I love using Fundy because it basically takes me no time. And I used to hand make albums, hand place all the photos in them. So yeah.
Well, that's a key point. So if you fast forward into the future 10, 20 years, what is your client going to regret more? Purchasing an album and having it, or not purchasing an album and having no idea where those photos are?
Absolutely.
The regret is going to be not having the album. So you're doing them a favor.
Yes.
So just to kind of frame it from a business bottom line, what percentage of your revenue comes from product versus shoot, do you think?
If I was to just shoot and do digitals, I would be making half of what I'm making. Products are a massive part of my business.
The key to products, especially albums and wall art, is the story. And you were just saying you had an amazing story from a recent client and what they ordered, and you had some viral reel you just put out about that resonated with everybody because of the product. So can you talk us through what that client experienced and what he wanted, what the parents wanted, and why they ended up with what they ended up with?
Well, I definitely think that my strong point in my photography is definitely my storytelling. And I love a lot of emotion in my photos, and I love the story behind the kids. I'm a mom, I have boys, so this was a boy client. He's gonna be a firefighter. And we had just a lot of nostalgia in his session. And so I wanted to tell the story of what a lot of parents come to me and ask, which is we want a photo shoot where it shows who he is. We want to capture that last moment of him in baseball, because after this, it's over. And he wants to be a firefighter, so we want to bring his dad's jacket. Can he wear it? Yes, absolutely. And also, this kid loves to thrift, and so he has his own funky style. And can you wear those clothes? Yes, absolutely. So I kind of told the story of what parents ask me and how to incorporate that into the shoot, because it's a resounding yes for all those things for me. And then to be able to take those images and take those amazing memories for them and put them into products. They made a 12 by 12 album. Miller's is my lab. They've been, shout out Miller's, absolutely the best lab in the whole entire world. They bought I call it my luxe album. So it's their higher end album. Big album, huge, big, layouts inside. And watching them get that order and open it up and see those beautiful photos. It's one thing to see them on a cinematic screen and your presentation. It's a totally different experience to have them and feel them and hold them. And I will tell you, those were some happy clients.
What is the basic album that you offer? What size, how many pages? The starting point.
10 by 10, 30 pages.
Leather or fabric covers?
Never leather or fabric. I always do photographic covers.
What is your biggest album you sell, and how many pages will you go max for that client?
I do a 12 by 12. So I guess my smallest album isn't a 10 by 10. It's actually a 12 by 8 and it's a paper album. So I sell it as an album that the kids can take with them and the parents get the big fancy album. So I do a 10 by 10 and a 12 by 12. My 12 by 12 is the biggest one that I do. And I do 30 pages, but sometimes I have a kid who will maybe do an extra session. So I'll go 50 pages max.
Pricing your albums, price per image or per page?
Neither.
Whoa, we have a curveball. What is it?
So the way that I price my entire sessions is that they get all their images and every single image goes in the album. So I don't price per image. It's just all in there.
It's just all in.
Yep. No one chooses. If they don't have to choose, they can take stuff out if they want, but I caution them not to.
So they can upgrade the size if they want. For wall art, single pieces or collages or collections? Both.
Both. I do both. Yeah. So and I do collages that are on the actual canvas.
Yep.
So I have lots of different wall configurations for clients and really encourage them to go big.
So if someone has never offered an album before or never sold print before, what's the easiest way to jump in?
Make a sample album and make it of your very favorite session and take it with you in your car. After the session, say, hey, I would love to show you what I could make you. Take them back to your car, hand them the album, get excited about it. I tell all my students, if you don't want to do in-person sales, just bring stuff with you to the session. Everybody's going to want to see that. You don't have to be salesy, you don't have to be pushy. Again, sales is service. You are selling is service. You're servicing them, you are doing your job as a photographer to offer them beautiful products. If you're not doing that, I don't know if you're a professional photographer.
When you're doing a slideshow for your clients, is it just the images or the design or both?
Just the images. Yep. I'm just one of those people. I've been doing it for a long time. I do it one way. No one gets options, and they get to see all the album covers. They're beautiful. They get to kind of decide on those kind of things. I've never had anyone complain. So no, they don't get to see that. They get what they get and they love what they get.
Fantastic.
I'm Leah Clancy, and that's my story.